When I was 5 years old, my family was always on the move, bouncing from town to town because of my stepfather's job. We lived in a modest white house, surrounded by two massive willow trees that cast dark shadows across our backyard, isolating it from the rest of the world. My two older sisters and I spent our days climbing those trees, swinging from their branches, riding bikes, and splashing in our inflatable pool. Our mother and stepfather would watch us from the porch, smiling as we filled the air with laughter. Directly across the street lived a sweet elderly couple who often waved at us from their rocking chairs. They'd sip lemonade, their smiles as warm as the southern sun. My mother always returned their greetings, and we thought nothing of it, until that day. One afternoon, my mother gathered my sisters and me with an unusual seriousness. "We need to talk," she said, her tone sending a chill down my spine. She instructed us sternly never to wave at the couple again. "If you see them wave, you come inside. Don't even look at them," she insisted. We were baffled. This couple had always been kind, and now our mother's sudden shift was unsettling. But we listened, the warmth of those friendly smiles fading as we buried the couple in our memories. Years passed and we moved on from that house. Then one evening when I was 16, I was having dinner with my sisters and mother. The conversation took a turn, leading us back to that quiet white house. Instantly, my mother's joyful demeanor darkened. She looked down, her hands trembling slightly in her lap. After a long pause, she finally spoke. "I've been afraid to tell you this," she began, her voice heavy with unspoken fear. "I didn't want to frighten you while we lived there." My heart raced as she recounted a conversation my stepfather had with a coworker. The man had lived in the house next to ours and revealed something chilling. "There's no elderly couple across the street," he said. I could feel the room grow colder as my mother continued. "The couple who lived there, they died 3 years before we moved in. They succumbed to carbon monoxide poisoning. Their stove had leaked gas for days before anyone found them." My breath caught in my throat. The man had been the one to discover their bodies. He had recommended they leave the house in the shade. Suddenly, the memories of those warm summer evenings turned to ice. Those smiling faces that had once brought us joy were now nothing but ghosts. A knot twisted in my stomach as I realized we had been playing in the shadows of death, blissfully unaware of the secrets that lingered just out of sight. And just like that, the friendly waves and the laughter of childhood faded into the darkness.